Hello and welcome back to Stop and Go F1 and the Azerbaijan Grand Prix-view. It's a pun. It's a pun, everyone. We're starting with a pun. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy. Welcome along. We're going to go through some of the biggest news stories of the past week and then have a look towards this weekend, make a few predictions, have a bit of a chat, have a lovely time. That's what we're covering here in this video. Firstly, though, subscribe. That's the first rule. You have to subscribe. Secondly, my hair is still a mess, but tomorrow it'll be cut. When you come back tomorrow for the qualifying review, this hair will be gone. It'll look nice. I can't wait. I can't stand this hair anymore. It's driving me insane. On a second personal note, though, on Sunday I am going away, and I think I will be travelling whilst the race is on. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to watch the race in the back of a car, and I will bring to you my race reactions. They may be in the back of the car, they may be in a random bedroom somewhere, but they will be on the Stop and Go F1 YouTube channel, because that's how dedicated I am to you. And surely that deserves a like and a subscribe, I think. But enough chatting about this useless nonsense. Let's talk about the biggest news of the week. And that's the first biggest story is that Fernando Alonso might be dating Taylor Swift. There's a rumour going round that he's dating Taylor Swift. Every, Sky Sports and F1 journalist has done a Taylor Swift song title pun, and quite frankly, they're beneath me, so I'm not doing one. But that's the rumour. Is it true? Probably not, but, I hope it is. Moving on. F1 have changed the sprint rules. Now, I'm sure we spoke about this on an F1 news video not too long ago that it was being speculated and this was being thrown around and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they have confirmed it. They confirmed it yesterday, which was Wednesday. I mean, they've had 4 weeks of nothing to confirm this, but they decided to confirm it a couple days before it's going to happen, to the point where I think on the F1 website, if you go on there, definitely yesterday, it didn't even say what times everything was, and it was still showing practice sessions. So it's very late in announcing this, but anyway, they have announced it. So here we go. I'll talk you through it. I've got it on my screen here. Friday, which is tomorrow, we will have the first and only practice session. Following that, we will have the Grand Prix qualifying, which will decide the grid for the race on Sunday. Then, on to Saturday, we'll have the Sprint Shootout, which is the new qualifying session, which will determine the grid for the sprint race, which will also take place on Saturday. Then finally, we'll have the race on Sunday. Now, I hear you shout, what is the Sprint Shootout? And let me tell you, because I'm still not fully aware myself, but I'll read this to you now. So we still have the 3 qualifying sessions, although they are shorter. So Q1 will be 12 minutes, Q2 10 minutes, then Q3 will be 8 minutes. 5 cars will be eliminated each time, just like normal. Something else that is different though, in Q1 you must use the medium tyres, you must also use the medium tyres into Q2, and then in Q3 you must use the soft tyres. Now why is this? I don't know. It might be a Pirelli thing to make sure that you have soft tyres for the race, maybe. But also it offers an interesting question. Because I remember last year there was a thing where the Mercedes car, it took a while for them to get the medium tyres into the perfect operating window. And I think we saw that a little bit as well in Australia, if I remember correctly. So maybe, in Q2 when you only have 10 minutes, you have the medium tyres. Maybe it'll take a few laps for these tyres to get going, and that might bring some interest there. Q3 being 8 minutes means, if you time everything to perfection, you can get 2 laps in. Otherwise, you're only going to have 1 lap to determine your grid position for Saturday, which is exciting. What's also very exciting is one practice session. One practice session to get your car set up in the optimum position for 2 races and 2 qualifying sessions. I mean, if it was to rain on that practice session and then be dry for the rest of the weekend, you just have to go on vibes alone at that point. It's exciting. As soon as this was put out into the world, you had all those people online who, as soon as anything new comes out, just says it's rubbish, which personally I think is one of the worst possible mindsets to have in life. So, here at Stop and Go F1, we're open to new things, and I am open to this. I'm looking forward to this weekend, see how it goes. I think having the sprint race just as a race of itself rather than setting the grid is probably a good idea, because it means that the guys can go a bit more all out. They're not worried about, oh, should I go for that overtake because if something goes wrong, it ruins my Sunday. This is just this Saturday alone. Here we go. Let's go for it. I think this could be fun. That's what I'm going to say. So this is what we got for this weekend and for the remainders of the sprint races this year, which we've got 6 of. And I always forget what they are. So here's the quick test off the top of my head. Baku, Imola, Austria, Spa, Texas, Brazil. I did it. Fantastic. The Spa sprint race is going to intrigue me because that's going to be like 2 laps, which is madness. Anyway, moving away from the sprint race onto more news, and that is that Franz Tost is stepping down as team principal of AlphaTauri, the man who's been there just like since the start. I think since like 2006. It must be, yeah, 2006 is when he started. That's when the team started, and he's just been there the entire time, and he's finally stepping down. I mean, you know, in terms of greatest team principals of all time, I'm not sure if he's necessarily in that conversation because, you know, AlphaTauri never won a world championship. They've won 2 races. You know, he's not up there in terms of that. But in terms of driver development, which is what the whole point of that team is, you know, he's done a fantastic job. You've got to think how many drivers have gone through that team and gone to achieve huge things. You know, obviously you got the big names, Sebastian Vettel, Max Verstappen. Both went through the team with him as team principal. But you've got names such as Daniel Ricciardo and Carlos Sainz, Pierre Gasly. There's just all of the big names of the Red Bull Junior program at some point have worked for him and have been guided by him in the rookie stages of their career. And, you know, he's done a fantastic job. And I think, you know, this is a well-deserved retirement for Franz Tost. Of course, this brings up the speculation of, oh, is this going to lead to the sale of AlphaTauri? Because that has been a rumour that's been circulating now for a few months. And I really don't know. Because I thought the discussion of that had kind of stopped a few months ago, but Franz leaving, maybe not, but his replacement has already been announced, and it is Laurent Mekies, and I'm pronouncing that incorrectly probably, but you will probably recognise him if you've seen the Ferrari pit wall. He is the man with the crazy hair. So yeah, he's coming across from Ferrari to become the new team principal at AlphaTauri. And I mean, this move must have been in the works for a while because they announced it literally on the same day. So Franz Tost stepping down, they instantly have his replacement up. Very efficient over at AlphaTauri. So all the best to Mr. Mekies on his job, which will start next year. So Franz Tost will be here till the end of the season. Yeah, but another guy leaving Ferrari. It's not a good look for them. Moving on now, though, away from the news and looking towards this weekend. And I think when we look towards this weekend, what we really have to talk about is what upgrades will people be bringing to this race. We've had 4 weeks of no racing. We're ready to go again. McLaren are the team that my eyes are on for this weekend, because even before the first race, they said Baku will be the place where we will launch our upgrades. So my eyes are on McLaren this weekend. I expect a big improvement from them, because these upgrades have been in the works for a very long time. They knew the issue with their car before it even started. Baku is going to be their saving grace. Let's see where they are. Will they be challenging the likes of the Alpines, maybe? Will they be there thereabouts? Will they maybe jump the Alpines? Will they win the entire race? Let's wait and see. But of course, I make big predictions on these Grand Prix preview videos, and of course, I've got my predictions here for you this weekend. So, here we go. My first prediction is that Fernando Alonso will finish third in at least one of the races. Now, if you look on the community tab on this YouTube channel, I often post on the community tab, but I posted a very nice stat the other day that Fernando Alonso is 1 third place away from becoming the joint third person in all of third places. I mean, that's not the best way to word that, but that's what I've done. So, in terms of people who've got the most third places, he will be third. So, Fernando Alonso will be the third most third person of all time. So, we need him to get that one more third place. More than him getting win number 33, we need third number whatever it. Well, I don't know how much it's going to be. I'll have to. 1 second. I'm googling in the background. Talk amongst yourself. We're looking for third placed number. Oh my god! Third place. Oh, it's 33 as well. Forget win 33. We're about third 33. Yes, 33 thirds to become the third most third place driver of all time. It's all lining up. The stars are aligned for Fernando Alonso to take his place on the throne of third. Yes, getting a bit carried away. But there you go. Right, and my other prediction is that I think either during the sprint race or the actual race, Ferrari will finally get their first podium of the year. They've got good straight line speed. I was looking up before. In terms of top speeds, I could only find the data from Bahrain. But in terms of top speed, Ferrari have the highest top speed. So I think they should be good this weekend, is my guess. Mercedes actually had a very low top speed. They had the lowest top speed of any Mercedes-powered car in Bahrain, which was a bit mad. But I'm expecting good things from Ferrari, who will get a podium, either in the sprint or in the race this weekend. They're my two predictions for you. Fernando and Ferrari podium. That's all I've got to say for today. I'll be back tomorrow to talk about all things Friday qualifying. And I'll have shorter hair. It'll be wonderful. Make sure you subscribe for that. Leave your predictions in the comments. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.